The NC today, they are meeting as of today, they are meeting to discuss the following. They are meeting to discuss whether the DA should remain members of the GNU or not. Okay, there are quite interesting things, right, that I want you to listen. The DA, on the other hand, they want to remain in the GNU. They don't want to leave the GNU. And you say to yourself, wait a minute. Then there's what we call it business South Africa. I've got a problem with the word business South Africa. Even Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has asked a question. Who's this business people that do not want the DA to leave? Why don't we say white people who are into business do not want the DA to leave the GNU? Why are we making it look like we are dealing with a business people? Who's this business people? Let's start there. Who are these business people? It's the very same people at the DA. So why are we? In fact, somebody has even taken it further to say it's white capital monopoly that talks about it as if it's the DA. It's business. Who are these businesses? That's what nobody wants to talk about. Nonetheless, be it as it may, I want us to talk about the following. I want us to listen to Paul Mashatile. He spoke, it was yesterday, but he spoke about a meeting that is taking place today. Hence, he says tomorrow. Today. So, because it was on a Sunday, we're recording the video on a Monday. It was on a Sunday, 6th April. That's when he released this video. He said quite interesting things, but I want us to, let's start with Paul Mashatile talking about the future of ETA here.
Tomorrow to look at the developments, and it will take a decision on how we move forward. We will hear from the NWC what we should do from tomorrow. As you know, when we were in Parliament, they didn't vote for the budget, and we passed the budget with other parties, the fiscal framework, and we're still going to go back we have to pass the Appropriation Act and other laws and so on. So the NWC is only meeting tomorrow to get this report, and after its deliberation, it will say what should happen next.
Right from Paul Mashatile, talking about the future of ETA, the fact that there's going to be a meeting that will be held, a meeting that is going to address that, a meeting that is going to address these things. Right from there, right, we also Ramaphosa was interviewed and was asked about the future of ETA as well. There's something quite interesting that I saw between Ramaphosa and Paul Mashatile. I don't know whether they were in the same event, but it does appear like they were in a different events. Asked the same questions, answered those questions in the same way. I don't know where I saw this, and I said the messaging is differently, but it's from the same political party. I don't know. I think it wasn't the ANC. Who was it? There's this political party that was communicating different messages over the same point, and I said the messaging here is not the same. But look, you may hate the ANC, but when it comes to this centralizing information and saying the same thing, it's quite interesting. That one, because Ramaphosa as well, he's being asked about the future of ETA, and he responds. By the way, when he responds, he's talking about the DA, and he said this.
It did come up as I was telling them about some of the challenges that we have faced in, say, adopting the budget. And I informed them that the National Executive Committee is the one that is going to discuss precisely what the ANC now needs to do as we deal with these challenges where a number of parties, particularly also parties that are part of the GNU at national level, have voted against the budget. So that matter, I said to them, will be discussed by the NEC, and they accepted that. So that's precisely the path that we are on. The National Executive Committee will discuss the matter after the NWC will have discussed the matter, and I hope you don't get a leak in between that meeting and the meeting of the NEC.
Okay, so after Ramaphosa has also responded, sorry guys, after Ramaphosa responded about that, then let's go a bit forward now. There's something that I want us to talk about. There's a video that I saw, yeah, DA, by the way, where they held their own press conference and they were addressing their future in the GNU. In yeah, I see this letter as well. When you listen to the DA talking about their future in the GNU, also they say they use two things. There's the one is the fact that they are not leaving the GNU. They will try and make sure that they still work within the GNU. That's number one. Number two, they speak about business, and yeah, most business people will receive a letter. Business people want us to be part and parcel of the GNU. Guys, who are these business people that are not specific? Look, whose identity just keeps, you know what I'm saying? It's their identity, man, is hidden. Who are these business people? So, ETA held a press conference addressing their future in the ANC as well, talking about whether or not they will be amongst the DA. I mean the GNU. Are they leaving the GNU? As John Steenhuisen answered that question and said this.
We don't seek to dominate government. We fully accept that we do not have a 51% majority. But equally so, no other party has 51% in the government of national unity. And that means that parties have to work together. They have to compromise, and they have to be allowed to have their voice heard loud and clear within that government. It is not tenable or sustainable to be a part of a government that cuts you out of key decision-making areas, whether that is economic policy, whether it's foreign policy. The government of national unity is not a continuation of the sixth administration. It is a new government, a government that reflects the will of the people and reflects the electoral outcome of last year. And that electoral outcome is that there is no majority party. There are only minority parties, and those parties must work together. Now let me be very clear. We are committed to the government of national unity, and we entered the government of national unity because we think it is the right thing to do for the people of South Africa. But it then has to become a genuine power-sharing relationship. It cannot simply be that one party says to another party that consensus means you agree with everything we put on the table and you don't agree with anything that we don't agree with anything you.
Okay, so with that being said, you've got John Steenhuisen telling us that. Now I want us to move towards the business now. Look, you see, when it comes to the business, that is where okay. Ordinarily, political parties will refer to some people as they will refer to them as, what is this? White capital monopoly. So instead of addressing that as the same way as they phrase it, they change that, and they don't want to address these white people as white monopoly capital, but now they change them and say business. Who is business? Because you need to know. We can't just be told business wants. Who are these business? So for us to answer that question, we have to look at demographics and say, in South Africa, who will love the DA? Who's running business? Two, those business people, who will love to see the DA there? The conclusion is very easy. You can almost see the color of the skin of the people who wants the ANC to work with the DA. So it's very simple. But then in order for them not to awaken people to this, they have to use certain words such as business does not want this, business does not want this. Instead of naming the color of the people, the names of the people, the business of the people, they just refer to them as business. Ramaphosa then, responding to this issue of business taking control of politics, Ramaphosa responded by saying this.
Well, A number of business people have written a letter to both myself and John Steenhuisen, the leader of the Democratic Alliance. And I can say that business does not dictate what happens. One in government does not dictate what happens in the ANC that I lead. We take our own decisions based on our considerations of everything that will advance the interests of our people. But of course, like any other citizen, they are entitled, as any citizen is entitled, to express their views, their wishes, and their fears. And all of us here as South Africans, we have views and fears and aspirations. So they too are entitled to do so. But in the end, I want it to be clear that the ANC will not be influenced by what business says. We are principally influenced by what our people say. And so we are not under pressure from business or whoever. If we are under any pressure, it is pressure that comes from our people and our people as a whole, not only ANC members. And the pressure that comes from our people is about poverty, is about inequality and unemployment. And those are the issues that influence our decisions. And so therefore we have to heed what our people are saying. As regards what is happening in the United States, we have noted.
Okay, so now that we're done with that, it's quite interesting that how they respond to that. It's, for me, it's very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting how they respond to that. Today, I'll keep my open. We need to hear the outcome, but I doubt, honestly, good people, I doubt that we'll see the DA leaving the GNU. I doubt. I think they still want, they still have an unfinished business in the GNU, and because of that, they will want to keep their membership in the GNU. Did you hear that? I doubt that they want to leave the GNU now. I think their vision and a mission and what have not yet been accomplished. And so leaving the GNU now, it will be premature. Let's leave it here till we meet again. Please take care.